Hello, I'm Jill at engVid, and today we're doing something a little bit different for our lesson. We are going to be visiting a place in 7 miles away from central London, the Artful Pelican Art Gallery, which is a small art gallery and shop. And if you visit, or if you're in the UK, or if you visit a UK city, you will probably see places like this. So this lesson will help you to find out what to expect if you go in one of these places. It's also an opportunity to hear 2 native English speakers. That will be me and David, the owner of the shop, having a conversation in English. So it's an opportunity to hear an English conversation between 2 people. Okay, so, and also we'll be seeing what kind of thing to expect if you visit an art gallery like this. Pictures and sculptures, and so we'll be seeing pictures of London, pictures of famous people who you may have seen in films. So let's go in and have a look.
Hey, it's nice to see you.
Hi, nice to see you. How are you?
Excellent, thanks. You too?
Good, fine, thank you.
Good.
Thank you for letting us come in and have a look round.
You know you're always welcome.
Oh, that's really nice. Well, thank you.
It's always been one of my favourites, this charcoal.
That's lovely.
Amazing work.
Lovely detail. So, David, you've been here for a while now, haven't you?
Yes.
I remember the place gradually being decorated.
Yeah, well, we met, I would imagine, sometime around about May 2015.
Yes.
And we opened in July 2015.
Right, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's nearly, well,
we're getting on for 2 years,
now,
aren't we?
isn't it?
And
Yeah.
I think you came to our opening, didn't
I
you?
did,
We had
came
Sir Ian McKellen here and a big crowd.
Wow, you could hardly move.
No,
The place was packed,
it was
wasn't
good.
it?
It was a nice fun evening and very well supported.
Yes, it was really nice, and to get Sir Ian McKellen to come and
Quite a coup.
open the place was a real coup, wasn't it?
And
it was so nice to see him so close. He was about, where that chair is, away from me, and I thought, my God, that's Sir Ian McKellen.
It's really you.
And I'd first seen him on the stage in the 1970s and been really knocked out by his, he was in a Shakespeare play, Richard II. So that was when I first ever saw him.
So we fulfilled a wish then, you got to meet him.
Years later, there he was,
Oh, good.
slightly
and
nearer.
he was very good with everyone that came.
So that was great. That was great because he cares a lot about the charity.
But he cares a lot about homelessness. He has 2
Yes.
pet lights, which is homelessness, which is what we're all about, and AIDS. There is 2 main things. So the homeless thing, he was very keen to help.
Yes. So you this is an art gallery, obviously, but you have this sort of fundraising element.
Well, yes, of course, it is an art gallery, but it's a non-profit art gallery.
Right.
So no one earns a salary in here. Every penny of the profits get ploughed back into the gallery or our homeless project, Street Souls.
Right.
So we help homeless people at street level, and in particular homeless artists through the art gallery.
So some of the art we'll be seeing here today
Is by homeless people.
Has been
yes,
done
exactly,
by homeless people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of it made in our studio at the back, which I'll show you.
Oh,
in
that's
a little
lovely.
while.
Look forward to seeing that. So, do you help the homeless people with food and clothes?
Yes, food, clothes, sleeping bags, toiletries, you name it, we do it.
Yes.
Advice, been doing it now for about 12
Yeah.
years. And this is the latest sort of
And are you sometimes able to get them somewhere to live?
Oh yes,
as well? Set them
on
up
occasion.
Somewhere.
The biggest thing for me is when we've helped them and they come back and help us.
Oh.
They volunteer with us, which
That's
happens
nice.
quite a bit. It's
That's
lovely.
lovely. Excellent. Great. So, let's have a look at some of
Let
the art.
me show you around, shall
That
I?
would be lovely. I mean, this is an amazing sculpture.
I think this
here.
is a lovely sculpture, isn't it? It's modern, and it's recast from the original by the lost wax method. So if I lifted this up and shook it, you'd hear the wax inside.
Okay. It looks very heavy.
It's quite heavy.
Yes.
This one weighs just over 12 kilos.
Wow.
It's a lovely piece.
I love the way the hair is sort of flowing, as if the wind is blowing through the
And
hair.
I think, as you mentioned to me once, it would look nice on the top of grand piano.
Oh, it would. If only I had a grand piano.
Or if you had a music room.
I would want to buy that to put on my
It
grand piano.
is lovely. This is one of my personal favourites, is this here, which is probably the finest charcoal work I've ever seen.
That's charcoal.
That's charcoal, 330 hours work. That was.
That's
It's a wonderful
amazing.
piece.
So that's the London picture of London, the Houses of
the Houses of Parliament. Yeah.
and Big Ben there with the clock.
Yeah,
on
that's
it.
quite special, that piece.
So that's
And then
amazing.
basically everything in here, a percentage, normally 30% or more, goes to the homeless.
Right.
Some of the work in here I own outright.
Yes.
And any profit I make on it, the entire profit goes to help the homeless.
Okay.
So, if I buy something for £200 and sell it for 400, then £200 goes in the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Let's go for a wander, shall we?
Yeah, let's have a look, shall we? Okay. So we'll follow you round,
Yeah, please.
David, and if you want to point
Right.
out any. Ooh,
Some of my little favourites are these book carvings here.
They're lovely.
They're done
aren't
by a young lady who's on the autistic spectrum.
they? Okay.
They're fantastically popular, particularly with American people. They seem to love them. We've sold a lot to
Gosh,
Americans.
can you imagine
visiting.
transporting one of those
Well, one lady
across the Atlantic?
One lady bought 6 of them from us, and she called me when she came back and said 5 of them made it in one piece.
My
And she
goodness.
thought she could fix the other one, so she did really well.
Because they're really fragile, aren't they?
Some of them are very fragile.
I mean,
yeah.
that would be hard to transport just round the corner,
Absolutely.
never mind across the Atlantic.
Yeah. These are lovely
Golly.
pieces, these glass pieces. These are glass, and this is fired 9 times to get the colour in it. It's
Golly.
quite a
amazing.
piece of work.
So there's a very wide range of styles.
Yeah, we have no
isn't there?
particular genre. It's
No,
anything.
Yes.
So we got this piece, for instance, by one of the world's best stencil artists, John Feeney, Mr. Feeney, as he knows.
Right, and that's Jack Nicholson,
That's Jack
isn't
Nicholson
it?
from The
American.
Shining, and the pattern on the
Yes.
back is in the carpet of the hotel, if you remember the movie.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So Jack Nicholson, if you've seen that film,
That's The Shining, yeah.
That's a horror film, is
It's
it?
a horror film,
Horror
yeah,
film, if
quite
you
a
like
creepy
horror
one.
films,
Yeah.
there we are. And
Right.
this is
That's David Bowie.
David Bowie there.
That's a limited edition print. We had 10 of those, and that's the last one remaining.
Yes,
That's
amazing.
quite a nice work.
And we've got Superman up
Yeah,
there. So there's a lot of influence
That's by a Mexican
from...
artist, Rodolfo Reyes.
So there's a lot of influence from American films.
Oh, yes, very
and
much so.
American culture
Yeah.
here, and some nice.
This is the only piece in the gallery that's not for sale.
Oh.
This is Sniffer John. He's a real homeless person from Milton Keynes.
Oh wow.
And this was done by Ruth Eels. Ruth is an artist we have here all the time. But that was the first piece she sold commercially. I bought it and I won't sell it.
Right. Yes, I
I
remember
love that
seeing
piece.
that. I've seen that every time I've popped in. I remember
He's there looking over us.
Oh, that's
So
nice.
keep coming through.
So
It goes
that's,
on and on.
oh, lovely. Oh, here's a good one of Tower Bridge.
Yeah.
So another London scene here, Tower Bridge over the River Thames, with some red London buses going across.
That's by a well-known artist called Colin Ruffle. That's a limited edition issue.
That's a really nice. I like the sort of texture.
Very nice.
On the
It's good work.
surface
He's a
there.
very, very popular artist.
Nice colours too. Very interesting. That's great. Okay, so this is quite a big place because you've got different levels.
Well, I refer to it sometimes as a TARDIS.
The TARDIS, yes.
For
If
any Doctor Who
anybody knows
fans, they'll
Doctor
know what that
Who.
is. Yeah.
So some people I talk to have never heard of Doctor Who because if they're from a different country, if they're not from the UK, they may not have heard about Doctor Who. So
These two works up here, I'll point out to you, one of Yoda from Star Wars and David Beckham. They're by an artist by the name of David Hardy. And David was the catalyst behind me starting this gallery. When I met him, it was 6 or 7 years ago now, he'd just been made homeless and was in a very, very dark place.
Oh dear.
And I managed to get a work of his into the Lloyd's of London Art Exhibition. He won the Best Newcomer Prize.
Oh, brilliant.
And basically that was the catalyst that
Yeah.
set him on the road to recovery.
Oh, that's wonderful.
We've sold a lot of his works here and he's had commissions from here, but now he's in a very nice flat and he's making his living as a professional artist. He's done really well.
Because
I'm hopeful we can do more
yes,
for other artists like that.
Because the
you know.
detail is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a lovely touch. These pieces over here are by homeless artists. Don Pollard, who done these, unfortunately he's developed Parkinson's and is not at all well. But I sold a piece of his work to a fellow who pulled up to have a cup of tea next door, and I said, come in here, I'll make you a cup of tea. Only cost him £400.
Oh wow!
He bought a piece of Don's work and he was thrilled. And what was particularly nice, I met Don up for one of our soup run evenings, gave him an envelope, said this is for you, 400 quid, and he nearly cried. He'd never received so much money. But the nice thing was, the next time I saw him, he had new boots on and a new jacket, so his money was very wisely spent, which was great. And he's a lovely man.
Yes. Oh, it's good to hear of people.
Let me just show you out here. It's a little bit of a mess at the moment.
Here's the studio. Let's have a look at.
Well, I don't apologise actually, because all this stuff over here is things for homeless people. There's shoes and cosmetics and everything else. But normally these desks would be out over here. There's desks there, and a homeless artist can come and work.
So shoes and things.
Yeah, we were given by a company. I've got more stuff coming in from the same company.
Food
Tins.
tins.
Yes, all lots of different stuff.
Yes.
Yeah, we have toiletries and everything.
Marvellous.
And this cupboard here, the artists are allowed to help themselves to whatever they need. We have, acrylic paints, oil paints, canvases, boards, easels, everything.
Excellent. And do they stay here and do a bit of art?
Yes,
on the
exactly.
premises?
And sometimes we have tutors come in.
Oh, you have tutors in as well?
Yeah, sometimes.
Oh, that's great.
This is my playground. This is where I play.
You play. Oh.
My current thing is doing casts of hands and things.
So do you make these yourself?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
This is just the base for a new idea I've got. So.
Golly. Wow, that's amazing.
So that's my playground.
And you've got cans of
graffiti type paints, yes.
Graffiti paint there. Spray paints.
Yeah, we're currently trying to get permission to do the sidewall of the Tiger's Head pub, which would be fun if we get the okay to do that.
The one on the corner here, which has been
which
closed.
Would be a great,
that would be wonderful.
Huge mural.
Because something needs to be done.
Yeah.
It doesn't look good at the moment.
No, it doesn't. We have a relationship with some of the best graffiti artists in Britain, so if we can get them in there doing that, it'll become quite a talking piece.
Yes.
But you may think it's all over, but it isn't. There's one more floor.
There's more to see. Excellent.
After you, Jill, you know where you're going.
Okay then, so down the stairs.
Down the stairs.
Oh, there's Amy
Winehouse, yeah.
And Chairman Mao. That's an interesting combination there.
This is an interesting piece. This is a Japanese artist called Tadanori Yoku. This is a self-portrait called, I think it's called Landscape number 16, if I remember rightly. And this was from his first ever major exhibition in Tokyo in 1967. It's a 5-layer screen print, and this is number 1 of 5. This was gifted to us, and Christie's are valued it at £8,000 to £10,000, and that was given to me for the gallery. So
that's
that was
amazing.
really nice.
So it's a screen print.
Yeah, it's a multi-layer screen print. So there's a thick perspex type stuff, and then 4 or 5 layers of acrylic underneath it. This is a shrine to the dead for this show.
That looks very sort of what is the Day of the Dead?
The Day of the Dead, yeah.
Is it in South America? They have a Day of the Dead, don't they?
Mexico.
Mexico.
It
just so happens we have a Mexican here with us.
Who knows much more about it than I do. Thank you.
And then this artist that covers most of this wall is a fellow by the name of Gary Orford, who's an immensely talented artist. He's a recovering heroin addict. And doing really, really well, but he's a hugely talented artist.
Amazing, I love the birds.
They're nice, they're all done by fingertips.
Really?
Yeah, both of the birds are just done by fingers, no brushes used at all on those 2 paintings.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, they've really got a sense of movement in them,
they're brilliant.
Sort of fluttering.
Yeah.
Wow. That's lovely. That's an interesting sculpture in the corner.
Yeah, well that was done by a homeless fella. But before he became homeless, but the fella who did this is Bulgarian, Tomaninov. And I met him a little over a year ago, and I said, well, you can come and stay underneath my office, which is, you know, is an office in itself, for a week or two. And a year later, I had to ask him to move on. But he's an immensely talented artist.
It's very interesting.
Yeah.
Wow, I like the geometrical design.
Very spiritual. All his work is very spiritual.
Yes. Wow. Okay. Oh, and that looks familiar.
Well, that's Downing Street. That's called Plebgate.
Plebgate.
Yeah.
Ah, so this is Downing Street, where the Prime Minister lives, and at some point in the recent past, they put some gates up. There didn't used to be gates there at one time, and people could just walk up Downing Street, but then at some point they put some gates up to stop people going in, and now they have police at the gates to check who people are going through. So that's why it's called Plebgate.
It's called Plebgate because one of the MPs allegedly called the policeman a pleb because he wouldn't let him cycle his bike through the gate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there was a big to-do about it all.
Yes, there was, wasn't there? I remember now. To call somebody a pleb is a little bit rude.
Yeah, it's a bit insulting.
A bit snobbish. So, David, thank you so much for showing us round. And as you know, these videos that we're making are designed for people who are learning English as a foreign language. And there may be people who are already in the UK or in some English-speaking country, or they may be in another country and they're perhaps planning to come here to the UK to work or to study. So we wanted to show them what it's like in an art gallery like this, and to encourage them to just come in and look round and not to be scared, you know, just that it's an interesting place to have a look, and that the person, the owner, will be friendly and will show you round. So what would you say?
Yeah, well, I'd say, please don't ever find an art gallery intimidating. 99 times out of 100 you'll receive a warm welcome. I don't know anyone personally who wouldn't give you a warm welcome. I'd love you to come here, and then I can explain to you what we do and why we do it. We're a little different, we're non-profit, and look to help people through selling art and providing art. But you'll receive a warm welcome here. Just don't be afraid. Come on in.